My name is Siddharth Dhawan. I am the director at Textile Private Limited. So I'll give a brief about my company. We are primarily into fabric manufacturing and value addition. We have our own mills as well as we get job works done at multiple places. We are 100% viscose based company. Viscose fabrics is what we manufacture and value additions like dyed, print, digital printing, embroidery and other value addition. So my father started the business in 1993. We are originally from Jharkhand. He shifted to Surat. And 93 started this business from Arhat, small, and then he's slowly and gradually shifted to trading, and from trading then we slowly and gradually shifted to manufacturing. So that's how we have transitioned, and initially it was polyester based. The USP for our growth was viscose. What had propelled him to grow the company into such a big one was viscose. He moved into viscose based fabrics in Surat when nobody used to manufacture beforehand, like in 2001 itself.
Right.
So, and the journey still has been going, it's still been going on, and because of him and his hard work, there's a decrease in 75% import in pure silk from China, and overall in Surat market, just like Gokul Textile started in, there are more than 5,000 companies now dealing in viscose. It has propelled amount like literally lakhs and of tons of yarn being consumed.
Okay.
So that's how the transition was. He was the single-handed person who was driving the company. Then my brother joined, and later on I joined. My joining in the company was around 2016.
16?
Yes.
Okay.
2016. I joined in the company where the company was doing good till the time everything was in hands. Slowly and gradually, as a point comes where the growth starts taking over and you need team to manage it. But ultimately what happened was that so before me itself, the company started having such issues where the team was not able to deliver the best in the working. So my brother and that time, at point of time, the team searched for an ERP because they had a basic DOS based system and they thought that ERP would sort out the issue. So at that, in 2013-14, they got some Ahmedabad based software that and they implemented, but the implementation didn't go right. They had good ideas, good visions, but
that was in 17.
Around 14-15, they got it here. I was not there, so the implementation got done.
14-15.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I joined around 16 and 17. I saw this company was struggling because there were two softwares running. One was the old one was also running, and plus so the accounting was run in that one, and the processes were running, and still the processes were not being aligned, getting aligned with the company's goals.
Okay.
So I came and I saw that all these issues were there. The proper reports were not coming. There was a lot of mismatch in stock, and the real output which we wanted from the ERP we couldn't get. The real juice, what the ERP is meant to give you, the seamless working and the overall benefit to the top management, we couldn't get it. So what I did was, at that time I couldn't figure out which software is the best one. So we did a re-implementation of the software so that we can get the entire company in one software.
Yeah.
So
that
we
is in
17. That was 17.
Okay.
So 17, 18, that's what I remember, and we did the re-implementation and we got the company in one software.
It was some kind of a customized
ERP.
Customized ERP, right.
From there, slowly and gradually we went forward, and as soon as 2020, we understood that if we want to grow, there was this point where the stagnation came, and the software was going to be something very crucial for the further growth.
So that software which you were using was not supporting you for taking quick decisions and all those kinds of things, right?
It was just like what would I say? Just I got the entire company in one software, but the model was just like the DOS base. The results were the similar like DOS base. Everything was maintained in Excel sheets. The information was being extracted, but Excel sheet was being used to refine it and get the output out of it.
Right.
So in 2019-20, we started looking for software. We saw a lot of Surat-based software. So in 2020, we started scrutinizing what all ERPs and all which we can shift to. So a couple of companies around, like, so we saw local companies,
right.
like Lakshmipati Group, these are all big companies which were similar to our working models, were shifting to SAP. So even
SAP S4HANA.
S4HANA,
Right.
that was the aim. So even we thought that would solve our issues.
Yeah, for the size of company that you had already grown and were looking at doing that.
We were looking for. We thought that this would be the best deal and option.
Right.
But I would say that but still something inside of me didn't agree with it. There was
something missing
out of something that was,
comfort level was not there.
It was like a brand name was of SAP S4HANA, but the business model that we were working in, we needed something like a corporate plus agile. That's the mixture between
agility was an important thing.
So like you have certain norms, SOPs that the company has to run, but there need to be an agility factor also, because the dynamics of the market are changing day to day for us.
And especially in the textiles.
Exactly.
I believe that textiles is extremely dynamic and extremely unstructured also.
Exactly.
And you have to take care of those market practices. You can't deviate from that.
Exactly.
So that is your majburi. Whatever you can say.
So like when my father started, maybe it was like zero. So up right now, all the job workers have basic software. Back then, I don't think so. They had software all in the hand, chalans and all that used to. So 50%. Surat has also come like halfway for managed, but still 50% is unorganized. So I had that thing inside of me. And we were about to finalize SAP a little.
But almost on the verge of finalizing.
But 21st March 2020, Modi ji came and said lockdown. And then 4 months
that decision got
stuck, and we left it. And then we all focused our energies into managing the company, how to. So all those energies got
COVID, post-COVID and post-COVID issues. So you didn't think about it. At any point of time, right?
One or 2 years, we just let it go. The time passed. And then everything got stable. So then again, we started looking for the better. So we hired a couple of consultants and all, and they suggested a couple of companies. So I even did my personal research, and then thankfully with Sailesh ji, we were already working, but in my mill. So there is another company, and
you knew us, but
and you already proposed it maybe later to the mill partner.
We had proposed, I think, SAP Business One.
SAP Business.
And then you were not very comfortable, and you didn't like it. I understand. I know that. I remember that.
So that phase, but when we were in 2022, I guess 22-23 के बीच में, there was a phase where we met and we decided that ERPNext is the new thing which he proposed.
The one which I proposed to you.
He proposed to me.
So you had a deep look at it and serious look at it.
Then I had a proper study, understanding. Then I understood that any software in this world.
I think you met quite a few of our customers also, and you had a deep, I think.
I had a good amount of time to study and to reiki this entire software, because I had to, because software is like a marriage. You cannot
you can't keep on changing now.
Exactly, and you can't expect to get into it like in a spree of moment. You have to do your own studies. And then once you make that decision, then there is no looking back.
No looking back.
Whatsoever it is, good or bad, howsoever struggling it is, or howsoever good you feel at that moment, you just have to keep moving forward. So that was the mindset that I had to create for myself. See, finalizing something is easy. But that mindset from me to be like, okay, ERPNext is the done deal for me, and I will be moving forward. So in this, I think so. After meeting you, even I got inspired that your confidence level was there to push me also to do this product, because you have seen its possibilities.
That's right. And we had a background of SAP also. So we were comfortable with both. SAP S4HANA also, B1 also, and ERPNext also.
And you being a local partner, see, for me the partner needed to be local. I understood that because the issues were so immense. I needed it's a cloud-based software, you can do it remotely. But someone in the touch is also there, so it's much easier for me to connect and share my views.
Instant connect was important. That's right.
for some companies, instant connect is not required because they have a very structured working. So step by step in phases you can take from remote also. But for us, which is 50% structured and 50% unorganized, we need a percentage.
Yes.
So
I think that is always there. Any organization, it is there because you don't have that kind of a documentation process and all those kind of things, which is very difficult to document every aspect of such a huge industry. So that is right. So I believe what I understood from your chartered accountant that you took more than 6 months to study. I mean, you mentioned 3, but you 5 to 6 packages. 5 to 6 software.
6 companies software. I started studying companies in US based softwares. US implementers. Like they had videos online. I used to see all those people. So even they were always like, it is going to be a decision where there is no like perfect answer. There is no perfect answer for a software to be there. It is you who will mold it to the perfect answer. There's something that and what happens with certain corporate software, like which are very stringent, and so you can't do that. You have to move away from your goal and then just stick to that. It should be like 50% I'm moving away from your goal to your goals, and then 50% you are also. So it's a 50-50 journey.
50-50
Just like in a marriage.
The software also has to come mold to your requirements. True.
So it's like
it's not that rigid thing. You have to mold yourself to that, and that becomes very difficult for the team to be comfortable with the software. I understand that.
And I've heard people like implementing software for 2, 3, 4 years. I don't know how they are still maintaining their working style. For me, it's very surprising but I myself struggle it. So it is possible because those mistakes in the initial levels were my teachings. So for that, I was really confident and I knew that these are the points that I need to take care of before getting into this. So so we studied and we finalized ERPNext. So first of all, what happened? HNS team started studying our processes. So basically, what happens? We have a weaving unit. So from weaving the fabric, so yarn goes there, the fabric gets manufactured, and then comes to our unit. Then it's taken inward. Then there's a mill for RFD. Then gray goes into the RFD fabric. Then it comes again to our process.
That is your own mill.
Own mill, right? Or a job work. Both. Both happens. Then it comes inward. Then again QC is done.
Right.
So first process when it comes in gray, then a QC is done, dispatch. RFD, then it comes, QC is done, then dispatch into embroidery, print, dyed, whatever or RFD sale itself. So that's the process.
Right.
So all except gray, when the RFD comes inward, the QC is done, and then the barcode is stuck on each and every taka. Taka is basically the lot.
The basic 100 meters something which you call it taka, right? So this taka, so each and everything you are barcoding it, right? Very actively and very, I would say religiously.
Yes,
being done,
everything
right?
it is being done and barcode is being followed. So I don't have to do anything. Not in a single second I have to put into that. They have understood it's gone on automation.
The system is gone on automation.
So then the barcode is there. Then there's nothing needs to be done. So supposedly 1,000 meters, like 10 takas, 10 lumps need to be transferred for printing. Supposedly. So the printing division issues the order. From the sales order they get sales. So there are divisions, multiple divisions: print, embroidery, dye. We take it that way. So print division gets the order. They issue the job work order to the RFD department. The RFD department takes it. They use the gun on the taka and then issue it to the mill. Goes in the mill.
All that is completely automated. Completely automated through QR codes.
No entries need to be
done. Through QR codes and everything.
Yes. Within if 10 lumps, it just takes 30 seconds to minute. That's it. So it's not so much. They can do 100 lumps also in a half an hour also easily. That's how easy. If it's available in front.
That's the speed of the.
If it's available in front, that's easy. That's how easy it is. And it's working flawlessly. There's no bug or something that we are facing. Initially itself. So I need to tell that initially itself we did plan. Before implementation only we planned that how it needs to go.
You must be having a huge huge number of takas, inventories and all that.
Whosoever watching the video, I kindly invite you, like, come and see the stock which I carry on my.
I remember when you started with the stock taking.
Exactly.
And I believe it took 6 months or something for you.
So it took us around 4 to 5 months, and that also we didn't finish.
We didn't finish.
We had to stop like 70-75%, and then 25% we had to enter like that, like
as a simple
single taka.
So as an amount, and then when you are
when I'm consuming, so from that it gets used. But I wanted that the entire stock gets like finalized
systematically.
Yeah, okay, this is it. This is how much the stock we have. There's no variation in it, because in textile industry, stock is something very crucial. Like
very critical.
Till a point you are handling it personally. You can see it in front of you. That you can manage.
Yeah.
The moment you grow, you need those numbers, like on a real time. And if you don't have taka system, then it won't be possible to do it on a real time basis. Maybe you tell your team to get it, then next day they'll check they'll be free or not.
But
then
they'll check
that
and then charm is lost.
And then they'll give you approximate कि हाँ इतना है, this much is there, these are the. So if you feel like growing, some people are content with a certain.
No, not just growing. Actually, I remember the stock that you were taking. There were so many taka that no one knew existed.
Yeah.
So there's no track of that.
Exactly.
So even if you shrink the dead stock, there's a huge net profit that you are actually getting out.
That is all the profits that has went on to.
That's right.
So we couldn't take. So what has happened is we couldn't take the decision in the real time.
Yeah.
So that is the result of this.
Yeah.
Now all has come on board. So for us that has become easier to take decisions.
That's right. I think you started the ordering also using tablets and that you provided. That's what I heard my team
the pre-ordering system
that,
and tablets. It was obviously done specially by you for us. And we started taking pre-orders on the tour itself.
While they were on tour. So before before they could come, you started dispatching them also. Processing and that.
And right now 50-60% we are already doing it in that way.
Okay.
For 30-40 scenarios, we are still following the old method, because for them also it's a huge change. So gradually and gradually, at least they shifted to 50%. What needs to be all manual has shifted to at least 50% of pre-ordering from the tablet itself. So as I informed, these inward outward happens, and orders come in to all the departments, and then it's been passed on to RFD or whichever department the raw material is required for the processing of the method of the value addition, and it goes to that unit. Then comes. So like for embroidery, if I'm sending it for job work to it, so the order gets cut in the embroidery department, then the job order is being cut, then the job order automatically shows at the RFD department if the RFD needs to be issued to some job worker. And the RFD, they get the pendings, then they call the job worker, they come, they pick it up, they go, they do their value additions, and then they put it, like they deliver in the other department, the embroidery department, they receive it, QC it, and then automatically the backend is, then they don't need to see which customer or anything. It automatically comes, the QC is done, barcode is stuck, and dispatch.
So you have, I think, multiple value additions also, right? So you send to one, receive from there, then send to another. So all that you are able to track,
everything,
the entire
every
thing,
single thing is
all the processes being tracked completely. So you get a single point dashboard where you can see all my processes and all that.
So what used to happen was the amount of transactions that we used to. So like what embroidery I've done. So in the embroidery, what happens is like the order comes. So there's a dyed piece that on which the embroidery needs to be done. So that goes into my dyeing department. Then the order received by dyeing department. Then he makes a new order on that same order to RFD, because that piece is not ready with him, so he needs to get it dyed for the specific order.
For processing. So that based on the sales order, you do the processing processing.
So there's the linking. So we sale order, job order, then there's a new multi-job order against this, which issues the RFD. When he receives it, directly, if this is supposed to be go to this X job worker, then automatically gets printed to X job worker. He doesn't need to use his brain. Just the cutting QC is done, stick, dispatch to that job worker. and then job worker sends it directly to the embroidery department.
So this entire complex process, right? So these guys are now able to handle it smoothly. Do they run to you coming ke bhai are yaar ye kaise karne ka kya
now the software issues are gone and now I'm struggling. So now the new challenges are on the staff level, not on the software level. Software is doing its job perfectly fine.
Right.
There always room to grow because it's something. It's a continuous improvement.
Of course,
we have to continuously grow to survive this environment. But overall, it's taken over what all the loopholes we had. Loopholes have been filled up, and we are getting all the information what we require currently in real time. My dad has been always a visionary into trying new things.
Yeah.
The company thrives on that idea of innovation.
Yeah.
So it was always for him, the product was the priority, but at a certain point, even he felt that product can take you till a point post that management also requires that
systems
requires that amount of. So he understood it, and he was quite positive in taking whatever the best we can do in the system part. Yeah. But he was so focused on the product, so he couldn't give the time. So he handed over that baton to me to buy. You take care of the systems. You get the new. You're the new age. So get the new thing, whatever is there to systemize our company and to get things done.
Yeah.
So I feel, the cost is not something. So it depends on the company to company. I would say. So whatever the capacity is to spend. But I always say that as soon as you can get systems at the initial phases itself, the better.
The earlier you get.
I would say that even if you're a small company, at a low price itself, if you can negotiate, this is the software that you should go with, because at a lower price also it can be done. You do less customization and on the basics only you work. But you will always be confident that if I want to grow, because as an entrepreneur everyone wants to grow, then you don't have to shift to re-implement. You don't have to. Since the beginning, you will be so customized, so in ease with this software. Your team will be such an ease with this software, because then for you growth won't be an issue.
So you can focus on your growth, and the systems will be taken care by your team.
Exactly.
So as the management, the top bosses need to be free to seek better opportunities or grow their organization.
I feel it should be done at the initial phase itself, rather than keeping and waiting that we'll reach this turnover and then we'll do it. I feel if you have hands, if you're a solo person, I can't say about you, but if you have hands, do it as soon as possible. Even at the smallest phase, you should do it. And ERPNext comes like open software, open OS, do it with basic customization, whatever comes into your budget. And in future, you always have the room. And if I want to grow tenfold, nothing is going to bother me on the back end. Then you can run with all like a blind on the sides and just keep running.
So your framework is there, and as you grow, you go on adding more customization, automations and all that, and you spend at that time.
And if you grow at a certain, then you do the implementation. Then the cost is at that level only.
That level.
And the cost plus that amount of team.
It is actually it is undoing something and then redoing. So it is difficult to first of all wipe the slate and then rewrite it.
Exactly. If you're with so right now you have 30 people of 30, 40, 50, whatever it is, small company. Do it right away. So that when you turn 300, 400, 500, 1,000 people, whatever, that's my thought process. Everyone should grow. So then you won't have to worry. That how we'll do it or how things will happen. So I feel it depends upon the person's thought process, and I always suggest systems are required at any phase of life. Even at home, if you're staying, you require systems to have a proper working. 5 लोग रहते हैं, but वहाँ पे एक system रहे तो अच्छा लगता है.
Right. So on a lighter note, tell me, is your dad happy with whatever you've done?
See, my dad will never be happy with anything because he feels that contentment will never. But he feels that
it should become complacent. So he wants to push you.
So he does give appreciation. He does appreciate me. Yeah, you did it. Whatever you thought about, so you were able to accomplish all those goals. So he's happy with that. But he's like, what I want is still pending. So just keep. My suggestion for every person who will be, everyone will be implementing it some or the other day. Not today, but 5 years or 10 years on. Whoever is in the business line. I would just say that always remember that first of all, your mindset needs to be clear what you're getting into. Take a year, take 2 years, just get your mindset clear. And second, get your team on board. Because they are the ones who will be running the show. You will be there for a couple of months, you will be able to give, but post that you will be running around expanding the business. The team should be positive and it should be in a consensus. They should be in the consensus to run the show with the software. So I would suggest that your mindset and the team mindset need to be on the same platform.
I remember in the initial days, you used to kind of market this idea that this ERP is going to be great for you. I mean, it's not just forcing down their throat. No. It is good for you. And only then that buy-in is there, genuine buy-in. And that is why there's probably that smoothness in your...
So I understood it. That's why I kept on doing team meetings. I never kept it to myself. I always made my team to give their feedbacks. Right. So there were like 10-15 HODs and we used to have meetings like every week or like every second day with your team also, your team coming and having the meetings, listening to the points and then working on it and getting it solved and then moving ahead with new challenges and then working. So slowly and gradually. So, but the team somewhere felt that they were always like they were also in charge of this project. It was not just the boss. Or the director. We itself, it was like an entire project was like done by each and everyone. Then it became a success. And I feel that we were able to execute.
I remember pre-go live, just the 2-3 days, I think your team was working day and night. I know more than 24 hours also. There were quite a few people who were, on the job, 24 hours, more than that.
See, it's a pain. See, even I'm not very hardworking like other people. I'm happy with 8 to 10 hours of working. But when it was required, I worked 16, 17, 18 hours for like a month or two. Because I knew my efforts were also required because my team was working that much. So it is my job. I'm the boss. I'll relax or I'll just chill and they'll do. So kabhi software live hoga hi nahi. Tumko bhi, even I sat and did data entries.
You have to walk the talk.
Exactly. So first your mindset should be clear. Then only, because the team will understand. The employees are very smart. Where the boss's indication is. So I try to see, I'll motivate them. They will do it for me. The motivation works for a couple of days, then they'll come back to the same track. So I felt, so we did it and it's working perfectly fine right now. So I would suggest that everyone should go with an ERP, especially ERPNext ASAP. So what I understand from my current experience is that in the entire world, there is not a single company you can see that is Apple to Apple. Every company is unique. Every company has a different owner and they have a different mindset, if you're in the same business itself, but if you see all the 10 companies, they'll be run in a different way. Because the owner mindset is different. The team mindset is different.
The priorities are different.
So if you are choosing a ERP, like we went into ERPNext, the platform which was provided by ERPNext was perfectly fine.
Fantastic.
It has no questions, like no doubts about it. But there are the vision which we carried required customization. Because the priorities, the goals which we had, and the reports or the information which we needed, or the processes which we wanted, that will align to our goals, can only come through customization. Because it's going to be unique. So we choose the platform and then build on it. So both are required. A good platform plus a good customization.
The engine also has to be good.
Exactly.
And the body has to be good.
It's like the perfect combination. This is the perfect combination for any company to succeed, or I would suggest that to get the best out of any software. Any ERP. We took the decision for P&H for the software. I used to meet all the big designers of India, and they were running like all 1 lakh, 2 lakh suits, dresses, these sort of designers. From my perspective, I'm telling you, P&H is an entity which was started by my brother and my bhabhi. I used to meet all these companies, and me and my brother used to meet, and they are highly unorganized, highly unorganized, because the companies were just running on the designers' creation. That's it. The background management were not so great. So after a point, even they struggled to grow. Like India couldn't produce, I don't know currently anyone is there which is on a global level, some brand which is on the global level, like luxury in the Gucci, Prada, these are the so India doesn't have such a brand. They have good designers, no doubt. So that popped into my head that this is struggling. So Paulme and Harsh is our luxury women's wear, and they have they've been supplying to shop-in shop like Azhar, Purnia, Pop-Up, and all these multi-designer stores. And we just recently are opening our own store in Delhi, in Dhanmel. So we already had the vision that this brand will,
this division had to grow.
And so my brother is the one running over there. He's managing everything, and my bhabhi is the designer. So while we were finalizing in Gokultex, we both took the decision to finalize ERPNext and go with HNS. At the same part, we realized that if we get it right now itself, it's a small entity, it's not doing a huge amount of turnovers, but there's a good amount of staff, there's good amount of information, there's a good amount of movement of stock also, which slowly and gradually has increased just in the last 5 years. So we understood that right now with Excel sheets and the basic DOS software, the things are running, the show is still running. But if we move currently itself into an ERP, then the growth which we are seeing in the next 5 years would be a cakewalk on the management and the system level. So, and we did do the implementation, but we did slow on that company because it was not something hard and fast. And we are taking it in the phases. Like we did the accounts level, then we are doing the movement of goods level, then slowly and gradually we are taking over the manufacturing. The stitching unit is there. So there's a lot of goods out, there's a lot of stock. So we're in the last phase right now currently. The fifth phase is the last phase. And post that, the entire, even the PNH will, Paulme Harsh will come in that same purview of the same software. So the idea was that why did we late? Be first itself to move into this also, because nobody thinks about system and software in the initial stage. I'll just give you an example. Which is the biggest selling brand in the world? It is Zara. Inditex is the biggest fashion company in the world. Right now Louis Vuitton, Moet Hennessy has reached, but still Inditex, Zara is like 4,000 stores or something. Post fifth store. The fifth store, Omnico Ortega from Spain, when he opened the fifth store, he started having havoc, struggle, couldn't manage. And that time, a computer professor was his friend, and he got him on board into the company, and he developed a special software 1985 or 87 for him. And this was that software that propelled them to grow to 4,000 stores worldwide. So just imagine from 5 to 4,000. The main reason was the background system software.
That's right.
So people need to understand: are you just aiming for the 5 or you are aiming for the 4,000? Because everyone is going to reaching to 5 is not
simple.
You can do it by your own hand. But the moment from the journey from 5 to 4,000 requires a strong system. So if somebody aims to be like that, just get into it on the fifth store. Just we need to learn from Zara. They did it like that. And they are ruling the market. So software was something which was really crucial in their success. So the products were good. The products kept on coming on a faster rate. At that time, nobody was thinking that somebody should implement software. 1987. So I don't know what was running. You must
It was DOS level or maybe like mainframes or something. I don't know.
And at that time, he started looking at stock reports, movement of stocks, which stock is selling higher, which stock is selling low. So focus on the designing. So those information was put forward to designers. The designers started creating that way.
Right.
And now it's history. basically this software will help you get free time.
Yeah.
And time will create money. So
That's right.
we'll start observing these loopholes in our company, and then we can go forward and mend those loopholes. That will itself. That's how we also. Because we are going through that. We went through that.
Because it was not just a decision by you alone, it was he himself is very confident about that.
He was the one running the show. Then he asked me, should I? You should obviously. This is the best decision you're taking. I'm always up for a new software, and you should go for it.
Right.
So yeah.
Great. So great. It was a pleasure talking to you, sir. And really, the way you shared it, the way you put it, it's excellent. Thanks a lot.